All right, with that, let's get on with our first guest of the night. Joining us live on Co-Video Live TV. Let me turn the audio up. Let me check in on the virtual green room. She seems to be ready to go. All right, let's give a nice Co-Video Live TV welcome to Grace Cordero. Welcome, Grace.
Hi.
All right, good audio levels and everything. So, how are things going for you? Where are you calling in from? Let our folks
I'm
know.
calling in from Hammond, Indiana.
Right. I was out that way. How long ago? A few weeks back when we had your little
May
event.
1st.
May
May 1st.
May 1st. Tammy and I and the kids, we were all together with about 50 other vehicles. We paraded past your house, right?
Yes. So yeah, I was surprised by a May 1st would have been my 10-year breast cancer free anniversary. I actually missed that by a little bit, but so my husband surprised me with the parade of about 50 plus cars, and it was amazing. It was totally unexpected. I did not expect that, and was emotional. And you guys showed up, and you made me a sign that says "Grace Rocks," which is awesome,
Which is true.
and gave me some little things. So it was amazing. It was so nice, so unexpected, and emotional. So
Yeah.
very cool.
I don't, did Tammy ever get back there? The Chaya kids, Dawn and my wife, Tammy, had something for George too, a little thank you for him for what he was doing. And it might still be in our car. It was like a little bit of beer
I
for him.
think
Did
it
he ever
might be.
get it?
Yeah, he didn't get no presents. I got all the presents.
Ah, well, we got to make that right. We will make that right eventually.
Back to Hammond, Indiana, you go.
Yeah, exactly. We will be back up there. We will be. Hey,
Yeah.
what were we talking about earlier? Oh, I usually like to talk a little bit about what people are up to. Can we talk a little bit about work? Because you are back to work, right?
Yes, I'm back to work. So I work for Ethos Dental Group and M&P Dental. They're a joint corporation of a couple of dentists over in Munster, Indiana. And we got back to work last week. And so the thing we're having to do is taking a lot of precautions. Patients come in, we're checking them for their temperatures, asking them like 10 questions regarding if they've been out of the country, things like that. And it's a lot. So gloves and masks, and the doctors are wearing two masks, and the doctors are wearing shields and gowns that they have to take off before they leave the room. So it's a lot. Patients are a little nervous, but we are really busy. People are wanting to get their teeth cleaned. People are wanting to get their teeth ground on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to be back to work, but it's just it's a different world we live in.
Yeah.
It's not the norm. Every time they leave the chairs, we have to go out and clean them, which makes them content, but it's just a different way of doing things.
Yeah, I had a dentist on, a friend of mine, parent of our kids at school, Dr. Lynn Carr, and she was talking about how dentists and dentistry is already I mean, they're typically wearing masks and
Yeah,
they're already gloved up and doing a lot of things already, but taking it even to another level is something else, huh?
right. The gowns, the N95 mask, and then the mask over that. Not taking their scrubs home. They tend to wash them there at the office. So we've got Dr. Mark Stojkovic, Dr. George Politicus, Dr. Nick Polite, and Dr. Michael Martell. So those are a few of the dentists that work there, and they're doing a lot for their clients, things like that. So it's a lot for the dentists, but they want to take their put themselves at less risk and their patients. So
Yeah, including the employees that work there too, and
yeah,
you mentioned
yeah,
being immunocompromised due to your
I'm
cancer history. Yeah,
immunocompromised.
that they were
So I
keeping you, trying to keep
yeah.
minimizing your contact as well, right?
Yeah, so I have to be careful not to go in the back that much because the aerosol that comes out of the patient's mouth. So you have to be careful. So I'm wearing a mask if I walk out. I'm wearing a mask most of the time. It's hard because you can't breathe, and I'm claustrophobic, so it's a lot to deal with. I don't know. And then I have glasses at work, so I can't breathe, and they fog up. And I had a patient tell me yesterday, "Well, if you breathe in, then the fog goes away." I'm like, "Yeah, but if I breathe out, the fog
I
comes
can't
back."
hold
So
my breath out there. Yeah, I wear glasses too, and I don't know. There's just things that others may have known, but I learned that if you put your glasses down at the end of your nose real far, then there's room for the
oh,
steamy air to get by, and
I
you
need
don't
to
run
do that.
into stuff.
Actually, I brought my glasses to see. I'm like, okay, I got my glasses on, so I'll have to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
you're right.
As long as you don't, as long as you're not tripping over people. Hey, in our pre-conversation, you said I'll talk about anything. In fact, you even
Pretty
mentioned you
much.
said I do want to talk about cancer. People shy away from it. You're a cancer
Yes.
survivor. You're living with it.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah.
And I said, how are things going for you in the age of COVID? And they do kind of overlap. You were talking about some of the challenges you had with some of your recent treatment or doctor visit, right?
Yes, I did. So in March, right before COVID got really crazy. I had, like I said, it was almost at my 11-year mark of being breast cancer free. And I basically started having pain with the doctor, found out I actually have stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. So being with that, now I'm going to University of Chicago and getting treated. And to go there, it's just a whole new world. Like, I got sick before from some medicine before one of my biopsy surgeries, and from that they told me, oh, you have the coronavirus, which I didn't, but they send you to a floor. They treat you like, the nurse was patient zero. So it was really weird to be in that, like, wow, I'm causing someone to be patient zero, but I wasn't. But that's just how they have to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was, I wasn't, they had to treat me at that. And I've been tested twice because of that, and just having a sore throat and they think you have it. Not everybody has coronavirus, but you have to be aware. And being that I have cancer, it makes me more at risk. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a scary thing. And people don't talk about cancer. They shy away from it. And I might have stage 4, but I don't plan on leaving the world anytime soon. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit of a fighter and I'm too mean to go. So I plan on kicking its butt as long as I can.
All right. Excellent. Hey, how come George didn't join the show? Did you tell him not to? He couldn't, or did he wimp out?
Oh no, I told him to, but he's very shy. Except when he doesn't want to be. He's on the other side of the door, probably listening to me.
He's getting it live before the
George,
30-second delay.
Hear you.
That's funny. So, we were talking also a bit about getting out and what things that we miss during this whole COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
How to carry out food and everything. We talked a bit about getting out to a restaurant, actually having a dinner eventually, having somebody wait on us, right?
Yes, I did. So today, actually, we went to Tomato Bar. And I called to order my pizza, which I love the Magic Potion pizza over there at Tomato Bar in Cherville, Indiana. And she's like, well, we got the drive-through, which I didn't know they had drive-through. So they, if you've ever been to that Tomato Bar in Cherville, they had a patio area.
Mm-hmm.
So they took some walls down and there was a drive-through window up there, but I didn't realize that they actually could use it. So now you just drive up and they open these big doors and they give you your food, which was wild. But I just miss sitting in a restaurant and just having a cocktail and having a meal and conversation and just being in that environment. So yeah, we do miss out on that a little bit.
Yeah,
but
even though
I still give back. Yeah,
it's not an elegant dining room, but I'm looking forward to being able to sit in Chick-fil-A. I've had 2 or 3 Chick-fil-A meals in the parking lot of South Lake Mall, right? It's not fine dining, and they do kind of wait on you though. They're pretty nice there.
They have flowers that are fresh flowers. That's really nice. My daughter loves Chick-fil-A. I think she goes there at least once or twice a week. So yeah, we're big fans of Chick-fil-A, and I wouldn't mind sitting in there. I don't care where it's at. Just I want normalcy because of what's going on. That my cancer coming back right at the time of coronavirus is creeping its head up. It's like hard for me to accept that. I just can't. I want to hug people. I'm a hugger, so I just want, like, I had that parade and every person that passed by, I wanted to give them a hug, and that made it more emotional. Like, you just want to connect with people because, when you're going through something like this, that's half the battle, having people around that you can just be around and talk to and touch and feel, that life is still moving on and it's not, it feels like it's halted at the same time as my cancer coming. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's a little tough, but I just got to remember that this too shall pass, as they say.
What would your main advice be to people facing hardship? I mean, what buoys you?
Just keep remembering what you're living for. The thing that I keep telling myself, and it's this weird thing I keep saying, is that I want to talk to a therapist because I'm like, I'm tired of crying or being emotional. I want to live for today and not the fear of dying tomorrow. I'm here now. And if I'm only here for a day, I need to make the best day I have, instead of thinking, okay, I may die in a year or two. Well, then I better make that the best 2 years I've got, like, instead of being so sad. So it's really hard to remind yourself. Sometimes you have the simplest thoughts of, okay, I'm going to buy these clothes, but why am I buying clothes if I'm going to die? But it's not a death sentence. Stage 4 doesn't always mean that, everybody having cancer can fight until you feel it's, you're tired of fighting. But this battle just started for me. It may be round 2, but I plan on winning it just like I did the first time. So they just need to stay strong. Don't be scared of it. Don't shy away from it, because you let it win when you when you bow down and just lay down and let it take you. Don't let it take you.
Do you stay in contact with anybody that you met throughout the treatment? I know others who have been through breast
Yes.
cancer treatments, and they tend to meet either nurses or other patients through either
Yes.
just meeting in waiting rooms and doctors' offices or through some sort of group. So you still in contact with people that you keep in
Yes, I
touch with?
am. I have a couple people that I did the Avon walk many years ago. I did the 39 miles in Chicago, and I met a woman on Facebook. Her name is Shane, and I don't even remember where she lives, but me and her through Facebook and things like that. And then I had recently changed careers into insurance, and I met a girl through that, and she had breast cancer 9 years ago, and she survived. Her aunt has stage 4 metastatic. She introduced us. I don't know her, but it's been amazing because she's telling me how she's dealing with it. I'm telling her how I'm dealing with it. And we're just helping each other because her treatments are different than mine. And she's telling me how she's keeping her head above water and having that positive attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you really does help to reach out to people who are dealing with it, because that helps you see what maybe you're not doing that might help you get through another day and be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Staying positive is the best thing. I have 2 kids. I have a 24-year-old daughter, 21-year-old son, and I want to be around for them, and I want them to stay positive. You never know what life's going to throw at them, and they need to know that everything's fightable if you have the background. The friends, I have a lot of friends and family that are huge support system for me. That parade alone boosted me so much, and that was my husband's intent, to boost me, because he knew I was having a rough time. Because you get told a couple of bad news, couple of scans go bad, they're like, this and this and this. Well, you know what? Okay, let's go to the next one. So
Couple people checking in, Grace. Tammy Smolin, I know her, my first wife. You
hi,
go, Grace.
Tammy.
She says, you go, Grace. XOXO.
Aw, I love her.
Yeah, so it is
Yeah.
key during times of crisis to maintain connections with people, to know it's trite, but we're all in this together. I call that one of the 4 unprecedented times, uncertain times, and we're all in this together. We're all getting tired of hearing that, but it is true,
It's
right?
true.
True.
It's very true. And just you doing this is really, I watch these and they're funny, and it changes your thoughts from Corona to something funny and lighthearted. It doesn't have to be all serious all the time.
Right.
Just breathing fresh air seems so simple and weird, but today we went to the park in Centennial and just sat there and had our pizza. And then there was a random jazz, grooving band sitting out there. Some young guys just started a band. They were just there playing at Centennial, and we sat down and watched that. And that was fun, unexpected fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I stopped thinking about my problems for a minute, and that's what life's about. This right here,
Right. Speaking of tuning in and forgetting about your problems, I have to say you have the best lighting of any of my guests so far.
That's that Amazon light for my vanity mirror.
All right, it looks like a YouTube a how-to makeup video or something going here, or some sort
Let
of
me do my
Instagram.
makeup. Hold on, let me show you guys. This is how you put your powder on. Okay.
I need to get an artist in here. I've got bright lighting just so I show up good on video, and all it does is make me look bad. I don't know what you're doing. You need to send me the link of the Amazon store you got that from.
Yeah,
exactly.
Put them all around you.
Magic.
Little stickies on them.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, is there anybody that you want to say hello to? I told you it would go fast. We're leaving a little bit over, but our other guests can wait. Who do you want to say hello to?
Well, my husband, George Cordero, my kids, Sabrina and Brandon, my cousin, Beverly Strickland. I love her to death. I told her I'd shout out to her, all my friends and family who've been there for me and are still being there for me. I love you guys. And thank you, Ron, for having me on. This was so fun.
Oh, it's
so
nothing.
Fun.
It's nothing. Your positivity does it happen? Have you ever noticed it has an effect on people to make them feel guilty that they're not so damn positive as you are?
I've had people tell me that a couple times, but they say I could never do what you do. I go, I promise you can. I don't have superpowers, but I love people. I love life. And that's how I plan on keeping this to the very end. I don't plan on it stopping or ending anytime soon.
Excellent.
So,
hey, good note to end on. And as this drags on, and as we reduce our broadcast schedule to maybe fewer days, I'd still like to have you come back. Would you be available to
most
return?
Definitely.
Can we?
And I'll bring George with.
Can we convince George too?
Oh yeah, maybe he'll play a little acoustic for you. Him and him and Brad.
Brad
should do
Kleinschmidt, the only
something.
musical appearance on the show ever. Yeah, I've been
I
promising
think
I
him
would
and
return
George
him
should
back.
do some music. They're talented. They're friends. I think they can do something. I'll work on that for you.
Thank you, Grace. All right, you have a
Well,
good
thank
evening.
you.
Stay safe.
All right. Say hi to your second wife there for me.
First wife.
Oh,
Bye.
first. You got a next one. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, Tammy. All right. Love you guys.
Have a good night.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, there goes Grace. All right, we're going to bring up the logo here and switch over to our second guest. Stay close, stand by.